And I'm Mike Hanley. Thanks for joining us. We now know the names of the two men injured in a recent grain elevator explosion in Washington County. They do it by punching holes into each one of the corners of the pieces of concrete. By doing so, then they can slide chains underneath the bottom of it and then lift it up off the steel frame. I mean, if people die and leave valuables in safety deposit boxes to take them out, law says after 8 years that property belongs to the state. And boy, would you be surprised what some people leave behind. If you were going to start a meth lab, where would you do it? Well, as I've already shown you, more and more cooks start them inside of city limits. But as some sheriff's deputies say, they're starting to see more and more meth labs pop up out here in the middle of nowhere. Whether it's procrastination or not wanting to give your money up or just plain forgetting that it's April 15th or in this case, April the 16th, it's tax deadline. To give us some perspective, I'm 6'5". If I put my hands from end to end on this car, the car's about as wide as I am tall. According to these police accident reports, since January of this year, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 accidents in the intersection. And Laura Gale, the first heart transplant recipients to complete a marathon, are participating in a Washburn University event today. 27's Kristen Makarowski has their story. Drivers now using the northbound Westgate Bridge will be rerouted onto this bridge using this lane of traffic until construction is completed.
And that ain't no bull.
Oh, jeez.
Can't I get a courtesy laugh?
I can't even follow that up.
All right. Well, coming up.
One of the things we're talking about is maybe painting better left turn lanes on Wanamaker, perhaps raising some of the medians, consolidating driveways, maybe into or out of businesses or homes along Wanamaker. In less than 2 seconds, a huge explosion brought 620 feet of steel girders to the ground this morning as crews blasted the north side of the Westgate Bridge. Channel 27 teamed up with the Capitol for this exclusive video.
1:44 a.m. The dynamite has been laid, and in 10 seconds, 3 million pounds of thrust will bring down tons of welded steel from the Westgate Bridge.
Oh, you should see flame. We don't get to shoot them at night very often, and it's kind of colorful, so there should be some good video.
Finally, for safety, southbound Westgate traffic is stopped, and the go-ahead is given.
You ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Okay, Ron. Dry the bridge.
Because of darkness and the speed of the explosion, the human eye can't see the flames. But when we slow down the tape frame by frame, you see the ignition, the exploding charges racing across the steel frame, and finally the blasting and the aftershock. All this in 1 second.
It may be a big open field covered with white snow, but in a very short period of time, Maisie will be able to look out of her living room window and see kids playing in a pool that should be located in this area somewhere. Good afternoon, I'm Mike Hanley. Coming up at 6, one of the main anchor stores at the Westridge Mall has filed for bankruptcy. We'll tell you which one. And Carla Stovall says why she's not running for Attorney General again. We'll see you at 6 o'clock. Well, Amy, group homes are like any business. They can be run poorly or with great care. State standards require group home buildings be in good condition, but as I found out, the standards put less of an emphasis on the quality of staffing. Now, the auction is scheduled for May 31st and June 1st in Olathe, and it's going to be at the Holiday Inn. Now, if you think you have merchandise left behind in an old safety deposit box, call the treasurer's office soon because, Amy, if that merchandise hits the auction block, it's gone for good. Back to you. Good afternoon, I'm Mike Hanley. Coming up after nightly news, a person is killed in an early morning shooting tonight at 6, the latest on Topeka's 18th homicide, and a fire near Garden City has some employees worried about their jobs. We'll see you at 6 o'clock. Well, today was certainly a different story. We actually saw the sun for the first time in days.
Yes, we did. Let's check in with Keith Weber now to see how long it'll last.
And some Washburn University students are working hard to clean up the community. The annual Wash Burn Into the Streets event is sponsored by a student organization and focuses on cleaning up area parks and streets. Some of the places that got spruced up are the Central Park Community Center and Chesney Park. Trash is the biggest nuisance problem we have ever had here in Topeka. That's why during April, the Code Compliance Services Division is encouraging residents to do something about it. You can get rid of large items through recycling centers, thrift stores, or trash haulers. Most tire dealers will take old tires for a small fee. Hazardous materials can be disposed through the Shawnee County Recycling Program, and natural waste can be dumped at the forestry's disposal site. By the way, Saturday, April 21st is a free dump day. Rolling Meadows Landfill will be open from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. to take your trash.
Ceremony.
Well, if you take a look outside today, it looks like springtime weather is finally here.
Finally. And now we understand calmer winds and much warmer temperatures are on the way. Right, Keith?
First, a cancer screening program has an urgent message for African American women. Take care of yourself and your sisters. Today, Dr. Gloria Jo Floyd, a breast cancer survivor, urged African American women to take charge of their health. The free luncheon stressed the importance of mammograms. Floyd says many die from breast cancer because they wait too long to have their checkups. For a free mammogram, call the Race Against Breast Cancer at 271-1500.
Style dancing.
I know the last time I took my dog to one of those training camps, I think it was me who was being trained.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, do this, and I did. I managed, though.
My parents' dog has actually failed obedience school 3 times.
Failed?
So we gave up.
Bad dog.
Yes.
All right. Well, experts say there are many benefits to high school athletics.
But there are also some health risks.
Girls make up just over 40% of high school athletes.
But in the category of knee injuries, they are in the majority.
Tonight, Stacey DeWitt explains how to prevent knee injuries in our Connecting with Kids report. Experts say any increase in workouts should be done gradually, and they also say those who work out year-round are less likely to be injured. For specific ways to avoid ACL injuries, log on to our website at ksnt.com and click on the Connecting with Kids icon.
Well, March Madness is now a full-blown epidemic with the Final Four tonight in Minneapolis.
And Heartland Park had some underage drivers on the track today. Jake Hatley is in later with sports, but first.
Back on Wednesday and Thursday.
So it's okay if I pull out the flip-flops and shorts for Monday afternoon.
My legs are going to be kind of white after this long winter. I'm going to have to see what I can do about that.
All right, Keith, thank you.
All right, well, there's
Week in the playoffs.
should be a good game. Thank you, Jake.
Keith has a look at your forecast after the break. Stay with us.